What's up, everybody? It is your boy Merciful Kev back again with another video, and I just wanted to make a video about WildGate because WildGate really satisfied me in like a weird way. Like, you know, I mean, not like in that type of weird way, but you get what I'm saying. Like in a gamer type of vibe, right? Because this game is literally like something I never knew I wanted. I'm more of a FPS type of gamer, looter shooter type of gamer and stuff like that. And WildGate is just, yeah, it has FPS mechanics in it, but it's so much more than that, and it just really surprised me. You know, let's just get straight into it. Like, so for example, like it gives me exploration, right? Exploration in such a vast way where you get to like leave your ship and explore, you know, different I don't want to say biomes, but like different ships that are just floating, or abandoned ships or abandoned buildings that are floating in space and stuff like that, that have like, you know, these PvE enemies that have a bunch of loot for your ship and stuff like that. So it has, there's a lot of exploration with it, you know, you exploring with your ship as well. So that right there is huge. It gave me a sense of like simulation. I don't know if you guys have noticed too, on YouTube I feel like there's been a spike on simulation games. There's a lot of people, or a lot of YouTubers making content on simulation games, and they do very well. Like, a lot of people literally sit there and watch you play a simulation. It's freaking crazy. I know how it could be satisfying for the person playing the game, but like somebody watching that, I don't know where the satisfaction comes in. But anyways, this game gives you a sense of simulation, right? Because you're doing ship management, right? You're helping fixing things around the ship. You know, you're out there going and breaking down materials to get these resources to use as fuel, or to use as ice, for example, to cool down your reactor in the game. So these are things that are like simulation vibes. You get what I'm saying? You're collecting and flying the ship, maintaining the ship. Like, these are all like management things, which simulations are usually just that, management type of thing. So yeah, so like it has exploration, simulation, then it has that competitive gameplay to it, right? Like, you have to exit the WildGate. And again, for those that don't know what the WildGate is like this portal that you fly through with your ship. Once you have the artifact, the whole point of the game is that you and your ship, your crew, are going against 4 other ships, you know, 4 other crews, and you're supposed to basically go and explore this biome in space that's randomized, or randomly generated or whatever, and you go and find this artifact. And when you get the artifact, you're supposed to basically escape through the WildGate with it, and whoever does that wins the match. That's basically the whole point. Right there is where you have the whole competitive gameplay in there, which is freaking phenomenal. I think it's amazing, right? Also, I forgot to mention, with the exploration, you get to there's like probing. You get to probe, right? Well, not probing like an alien, but like probing in the sense that you have like these little cameras that you get to fly around away from your ship to go and see what is around you. If there's enemy ships, you know, coming near you and stuff like that. I guess kind of like this little scope that you use when you're in a submarine, but this one gets to like fly away from the ship and literally like go travel on its own, which is pretty cool. The game has FPS PvP in it as well, right? So like there's gonna be people that hop onto your ship to try and destroy your ship from the inside, and you have a gun, right, in first person, and you're able to shoot them and kill them, which is freaking amazing. Like, I feel like that's, you know, like if you think of like Sea of Thieves, because this game is really like Sea of Thieves in space, but Sea of Thieves, obviously you don't have like guns. Or do you have a gun? Do you have muskets? I don't know. I've never actually played Sea of Thieves, but playing this game has actually motivated me to play a game like Sea of Thieves, so I probably might go back and check that out, right? You guys let me know down in the comments if I should do that. But yeah, having this type of game have that FPS PvP feel included is definitely appreciated. And then it gives you that PvE gameplay, right? Like I said before, you get to find those abandoned ships, and you get to go in and find and fight against, you know, AI enemies, and they're actually pretty tough. They're not easy to to fight against, because I feel like it's very easy for you to die in this game. So I mean, a good thing that you're able to just respawn, but yeah, it's very easy for you to die in this game. And then there's a sense of purpose that you have in playing this game, because you're part of a crew, and whatever character you're playing, their abilities, I'm not going to say abilities, but like the equipment that they use, or they have passives that they have, allows them to play their specific role perfectly, right? Like, for example, I forgot the name of the character that I play, but the character that I play is basically a character that is used to stay on the ship. I like staying on the ship, making sure everything is organized, making sure that traps are located by the doors, and just protecting the ship against anybody, against enemy teams, right? Anybody that comes to try and attack and overheat our reactor from the inside. And I'm there to basically blast them by hit firing with my gun, you know? So, but then there's other characters that allows you to basically have better movement in like flying and in flying, to basically just help you to get into enemy ships, to attack them from the inside, stuff like that. There's other ones that have equipment and passives that help you fly the ship, right? A lot of people don't want to fly the ship. Like, I was somebody who I didn't want to touch the ship at all, you know, and I didn't want to touch the steering wheel at all to the ship. Not that I can't fly, but I just rather just like chill in the back and like shoot anybody that comes into the ship. So but yeah, the game just offers so many things, and it may be the reason why so many will like not enjoy it, right? But I think it gives everyone a chance to play together. Like I said, there's exploration, there's simulation, there's competitive gameplay, there's FPS PvP type of gameplay. You have PvE gameplay, right? And you have different roles to play. So it's like, no matter what type of gamer you are, whether you're a PvPer, a simulator, explorer, competitor, PvEer, or a supporter, I guess you could say, for someone who likes to like play a role on a team, they all come together in this one game, and it does it very well. Like very, very well, like almost perfect. Some people may not enjoy the game because they think it's too simple. You know what's funny? Somebody actually told me that in the game. They told me like, hey, because I asked them, you know, what do you think of the game so far? And they said that, yeah, it's okay, like it's too simple. And I'm like, what do you mean? And they're like, they mainly mentioned like flying. They felt like flying was too simple. But then again, I don't know, like, why would you want flying to be difficult? Maybe, I don't know, maybe they're more into like flying simulators, I guess. But yeah, to me personally, I believe that the game being simple is what will appeal to a wide audience. You know, like I said before, I'm not going to mention all the different type of gamers again, but you know, this game has so many things going for it that it's going to allow you to play games with people that you normally don't play with, right? I'm sure there's many people that we all have in our lives who are different types of gamers, right? There's the gamer that likes to play simulators, right? There's a gamer who only likes to play PvP, competitive PvP games, or the one that likes to play exploration games, you know, or simulation management type of games, right? All these type of games are going to allow, all these type of players are going to be able to come together and play this game and have fun, right? So imagine that you're going to be able to play with people that you've never, you know, friends that you have in real life, but you never really get to play games with them because they're always playing different types of games that they like to play, which isn't a bad thing, but I just feel like this is the perfect game that's going to be able to bring people together. You know what I mean? So, and also I just want to note, I saw on WildGate's X account that the game has been wishlisted 350,000 times. That's insane. That just shows the demand, right, of how many people want this game. Whether, you know, they want to try it out or they want it to succeed, they want to play it for themselves. I mean, the open beta is out there for everybody, right? But it just shows how many people want this game, right? I also saw that they posted that WildGate is actually on the top spot on NextFest's demo list, right? So, and if you look closely, I'll put the picture up here on the video. If you look closely, it's over Jump Ship, which is another game that's very similar to this game. It has ship management mechanics. You're a part of a crew. You jump off ship. You go and do objectives, kill, you know, AI enemies or whatever, and you know, you basically try to not get your ship to blow up. Right? It's the same thing. The only difference is that there's no PvP with that game. Right? It's just straight up PvE. But still, it just think about that, like two similar games, and WildGate is number one, right? When it comes to that. So just really good thing to note there. Also, before we end the video, there's one last thing about this game that I really wanted to point out, which was maybe a minor thing to many people, but to me, I think it's a huge thing, and it's the spectating. When you are eliminated in this game, you are able to spectate the match. And you're gonna be like, what are you talking? Like, who cares, bro? It's just spectating. Every game has spectating, right? But this game allows you to freely spectate, like freely. So you're able to you're like a little camera floating in space, and you're able to literally go and explore and see where all the other ships are, what they're doing. You're able to fly into their ship and seeing them panic while they're in combat, seeing them panic trying to fix their ship while it's about to be destroyed. Like, hopefully I'm able to find the video of that where I witnessed that while I was spectating, and I was just basically just watching the match till the end to see who would win. And the match that I saw, they completely ignored the artifact and they just went after each other to the death. You know, to whoever would remain, right? Whoever would last and win the match. So, and I think beyond just for that entertainment purpose, I think it would be great in tournaments. So imagine WildGate having tournaments, right? Where you have your crew and ships are going against each other, and us watching from home on YouTube or whatever are able to see this type of spectating, you know, live, right? Where the camera is just flying throughout space, going into each of these ships, and we're seeing what everyone is doing and everyone attacking each other and fixing the ship. It's just, I don't know, I think it's a really cool thing, a really good feature to have, you know what I mean? So also, one thing I wanted to note, I feel like something is happening in the gaming space, and not specifically in this genre, but I feel like we constantly keep evolving into different interests, into different things that we like in gaming. So like, for example, before was BR, right? The whole BR thing, and we still love BRs, of course. They're still a thing. Everyone loves BRs. But then we went from a bunch of devs making BRs to then a bunch of devs making extraction games, right? Which is still happening, by the way. But now it looks like there's an abundance of co-op simulation type of games, which is basically what this is, kind of like a co-op simulation ship management type of game. It's really, like I said before, like Sea of Thieves. And Sea of Thieves has been around for a long time. It's one of Xbox's most successful IPs, but I feel like it's coming into flow now. Like, we have this game, there's Jump Ship that's out there that a lot of people know about. Also next week, FBC Firebreak, which is basically another co-op simulation management type of game where you're taking control of supernatural stuff, right? If you know what I'm talking about, comment down below. It's FBC is freaking fire. It comes out next week on the 17th, so be sure for that. But you get my point, right? And I'm sure there's more games like that, but I feel like now there's more a want of people trying to play games like this where we work together and just have fun with simulation type management type stuff. So you guys let me know down in the comments below. And with all that being said, guys, I think this game is something that's going to be very, very special. You know, I can see it being a huge hit. Like I said, large audience of people, right? The game is going to be available on PC, Xbox, XS, PlayStation 5. And I feel like the game, it just doesn't take itself too seriously. You know, maybe it can if it adds like a ranked mode into the game. Oh my god, that'd be amazing. Imagine a ranked mode in this. And then with tournaments, like, oh, I think that'd be so cool. But again, for the most part, most people are going to be playing this game casually, which is perfectly fine. The game is going to be $30. It is not a free-to-play game. And maybe that will turn some people off, but I think it's a perfect price point for what the game is. You know, we are already seeing what's going on in the industry with a bunch of games that are $70, $80, which is freaking crazy, right? So I think $30 for this game is actually really, really good. But the main reason why as well is because from what I have seen from playing the open beta and from what I've seen the devs, like the news around this game, I haven't seen anything about a store. I haven't seen anything about microtransactions or, you know, or nothing like that. It seems like the game is you pay $30 and that's it. You get to play the game and unlock things, you know, through your time playing the game, right? Which I believe FBC Firebreak is also doing the same thing. They also stated with their game that they're not going to have a season pass or have a store microtransactions. You just straight up play the game and unlock what's in the game. But that game I believe is going to be on Game Pass. So from what I've seen so far, I don't think this game is going to be on Game Pass, but who knows? It may be one of those moments where it comes out, you pay $30, and then after like a month or two, it ends up on Game Pass anyway. So yeah. But anyways, that's pretty much it. Don't want to take any much of your guys' time. This is a game that I really want to stream with the community. I think it would be really cool to stream this and then have, you know, my viewers come in and manage the ship with me. You know, I can literally have people in the you know, in the community, like, choose what role they want to play, and then they hop onto the ship with me, and we you know, do a match together, and I can keep rotating with people with different crews to just try to have fun with the community. I feel like it would be a really good way to create content with this game and to play with you guys. So thanks again. If you've made it this far in the video, I appreciate you so much. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit that bell notification, comment down below, get into the conversation with me. Let me know, do you like this game? Have you played this game? Is this something that interests you? Is this a game that you would be able to play with a bunch of friends that you normally don't play video games with, but this might be that one game that brings you guys together? Let me know down in the comments down below. Thank you guys. God bless you all, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
Steering the ship. I'm on helm.
Hey, there's the WildGate.
Fire on board.
Finally, way out of here. This thing looks ready to fire.
Fire on board. Warning. Oxygen destabilized.
Action complete. Fix up.
I can breathe again. Ow!
Ah, a noble reach beast. Well met.
Add a turret. You want me to shoot this thing?
Now that thing was huge. Steering the ship.
Warning. Oxygen destabilized. Warning. Oxygen destabilized. Warning. Oxygen destabilized.
That hurt. Come on.
Damage. Turret.
Best shot job yet.
Weapons back at the ready.
Damage. Engine compromised. Damage. Engine compromised.